I'm Indigo Owl. I'm so happy you are joining me here for the weekly energy forecast, for the weekly guidance for the collective, starting from this week, Friday the 17th, going all the way through until next week, Thursday the 23rd. Now, 17 and 23 are both some of my favorite numbers because of their meaning in the if you go by the ancient Chaldeans, you can look it up. The number 17 is the number of physical immortality, and the number 23 is the number of karmic reward. So both very good numbers, and I love starting and ending this weekly forecast with these numbers. I have done something unusual. Usually by the time I do the reading for the next week, I will put away all of the cards from the last week's reading, and I guess trust that if a card really needed to come back again, I will draw it again. But I still have one card up from the last guidance I did on here today. Hello if you're watching. I can't see, sadly, I've got the camera turned the other way, but please give me a wave, say hello, leave me a comment. I love interacting with you, and I will reply when I'm finished, and I can turn the camera the other way and actually read it. So there is a card that I have not been able to put away, and I trust that that strong feeling from spirit means we're not finished with the message of this card. So before I will draw two new cards from as the theme for the week, I will remind you of this one card that I have kept from last week. It's from Diana Cooper's Unicorn Oracle deck, and it's actually the Queen of the Unicorns. And she says, you are blessed with love, compassion, and wisdom. It comes with such a beautiful, gentle, and yet strongly uplifting feeling. And the energy we're going through at the moment is quite tough for many of us, especially since we went through the Cancer Moon last week. The Cancer Moon has had a very strong impact on many people, not just in terms of encouraging us to move away from the old and kind of clear out old stagnant energy, especially because it's Cancer in the area of home and family and relationship. It has been almost impossible, in some ways you could say it has been impossible to resist that. It just has happened, whether like it or not, I guess. And that has included beliefs and mental attitudes to things and beliefs we hold about ourselves. Now, I am also a Cancer, that's my sun sign. So I have felt this very strongly, and I am, to be honest, a bit exhausted from it. However, I feel like I'm in so much of a better space because of it, and I'm so glad it happened. It's a bit like when the Tower card comes in tarot, or the Cobra Bite in one of the oracle decks I use. It can come as a bit of a shock, and it's not necessarily pleasant. And we did indeed have the Cobra Bite in last week's reading. So that definitely happened for me, but it wasn't in the form of a big event, or in any form that anyone else could easily witness. It happened quite internal, and I think for many people it happened quite internal. We came to a point where we simply could no longer tolerate continuing to do things the way we have done in the past that haven't worked for us. So I feel very strongly that the Queen of Unicorns is still very much helping us. Not only did she help with the actual shift happening and accepting that it's happening and trying to ride along with the wave of what was happening, but trying to deal with the aftermath now of finding ourselves in this new space where we have to, almost create new beliefs, or at least new understanding of how things work for us much better. So I'm going to put her up. I'm going to show her again. Number 43, the Queen of Unicorns. Very, very beautiful. She's in this lovely meadow with this beautiful sunset or sunrise behind her, and the little girl is very much in communion with her. So it says, you are blessed with love, compassion and wisdom. This is how we're going to start looking at the weekly guidance, with this as our first theme card, the continuation from last week. Hello, I'm so glad you're watching. Whether you're watching live or this is the wrong one to start with actually. Whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the replay, trust that this reading is coming to you at exactly the right time. And I trust that the right guidance is coming through for you. If you are a regular watching my weekly guidance, you will find that the more you watch, especially if you make a commitment to watch every week, the more and more energy I will also channel for you specifically, even though this is a collective reading. Because Spirit always rewards commitment to our own spiritual progress and to receiving the messages that Spirit wants to give us. If we are open to it, if we commit to it, the messages come hard and fast and beautifully, gracefully, and always on point and always at the right time. So we trust and we trust and we trust. And that is one of the main things that the Cancer Moon actually has been bringing through for the collective, is to trust ourselves, to trust Spirit, to trust our higher selves, and to open our heart for these amazing new experiences to actually be allowed in, that we have been asking for and wishing for and desiring for so long. Because it is time for dreams to manifest into reality. It is time for us to work through this resistance, and always remember, the bigger the resistance, the bigger the reward on the other side. The bigger the resistance, the bigger the change, for the better it will bring. So, let's see. Now we're going to draw a theme card also, and today it's all angels, apart from this one unicorn energy I've carried forward. We're going to have all angel cards. We have here the Angel Prayers Oracle deck by Kyle Gray. I will show very beautifully. Also very blue today. I'm having I don't know, any blue thing I'm wearing, I believe might be my blue apatite earrings. But oh, here's used twice. So twice now I've seen at the bottom of the deck, the Divine Mother is sending unconditional love. I have been channeling the Divine Mother, who comes with this beautiful light blue colour. I have been channeling the Divine Mother, Mother Mary, for some time. She has the same name as me, Maria, Mary. She says, thank you, Divine Mother, for helping me to give and receive the love I deserve. Beautiful. But that is not, actually, I'm not going to draw a card. I'm going to just take this card. It's interesting today, that's the second card I've now put that I haven't actually drawn, and that's just come through from Spirit so strong, saying it's a very human way to insist that I have to shuffle the card and draw a card, and then that's the right card for us. When Spirit talks to me and says, put that up, put that up, put that up, it's needed, I like to listen. So Spirit has asked me to carry forward the Queen of the Unicorns. We now have the Divine Mother, and so we've got two very strong feminine cards come up together here. And for those of you who are just that little bit wondering if I had drawn a card from this deck, what it would be, we can have this as a second card from this deck as well. Why not? And we have another woman. Interesting, or another feminine energy, I guess. Let's see. We have here Earth Angel. So lots of very gentle, both of these come through very gentle feminine energy. This one also very gentle feminine energy. It says Earth Angel, and the affirmation is, thank you angels for inspiring me to be more like you. How lovely, because in truth we are all Earth Angels. We are spiritual beings in this earthly incarnation. And it shows this amazing little like angel of light holding the whole earth in her hands, and it inspires this feeling that we should be like this angel who has love and admiration for the whole earth. That's a very good space for us to be in at the moment, especially as we're healing from the changes we've gone through more recently and also further in the past. We are on the path to opening up to a whole different life that will feel completely different, and it will be so much happier. But that even in itself can be at times experienced as frightening. So all this lovely, gentle, nurturing energies coming through to make us feel safe, to make us feel loved, to make us feel cared for. So here is the Earth Angel. I'm going to put her, where shall I put her? Here. So she's also here. And then we've got one more deck here that I did want to use, which is one of my much older ones, Messages from Your Angels by Doreen Virtue. It's a deck I've worked with for a long time. And I will shuffle, and I will maybe on purposely not look at the bottom cards so we don't end up with too many additional cards, because I have been asked to only put out 3 stands today. I know last week, and I think over the week before at least, we had 4 stands for the cards, but I've been asked to only put 3. So let's have a really good shuffle. I like how the colour of this card is very much matching this colour on here. There's still blue, the scene, but we have now a little bit of green coming into it. I have got lots of my blue crystals out here as well. I've got my azurite and malachite, a really beautiful rough one, and my aquamarine, very nice light blue. I've got this amazing crystal that at this moment in time I cannot remember the name, but it's kind of bluey green with some see-through. It looks like I think it might be an ocean jasper. I'm fairly certain it's an ocean jasper. It looks like you would find it at the bottom of the ocean. And this one is not a crystal, but it's this lovely turquoisey green, blue-green stone that says hope. And we are in a time of needing hope, needing to hold on to hope, insist on hope, and expect hope to be enough for the times where we run out of everything else that usually carries us through the energies into a better place. And I also have got a stone I've been meditating a lot recently, especially on the subject of abundance. And I really don't mean just financial abundance with that. I very much also mean love and relationship abundance. This is a combination of stilbite and green hewlandite. Very powerful, but also very gentle stone. So this is also here for our reading today. I will put it somewhere you can see it, maybe at least just a little bit. So let's continue to shuffle the messages from the angels and draw a beautiful card. Let's see what we'll get. Sometimes I like to close my eyes when I shuffle and draw. Okay. So the messages from the angels, we have Layla. And Layla says, spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. Wasn't I just talking about hope? Hope is what we need in order to stay in that space of a positive perspective on what is happening. And to keep trusting that if we keep pushing for things and we keep getting pushed back, that the sign is not that we're not good enough or we're never going to get what we want, but that something even better is waiting for us. And it can be really tricky to hold on to that. But if you really want something and you're pursuing it. For example, you keep going for job interviews and you keep not even going through to the second round, that job is not right for you. And I know you may well say, if this is affecting you at the moment, I need to be working and I need to be earning money. And yes, that's true, but spirit will carry you in the meantime, and the spirit is trying to carry you to a job that is even better for you. It is worth hanging in there. It is worth trusting spirit. It is worth to keep working on gaining a positive perspective, and it is worth holding on to hope. This beautiful angel Layla here seems to be sitting on a rock by the sea, and she's looking quite dreamy into the distance, and somewhere in the background the sun is coming up from behind the clouds that she doesn't seem to have quite noticed yet. It actually reminds me of a book I read not long ago called Circe, about a Greek. It was about Greek gods and goddesses and nymphs, sea nymphs actually. She was a sea nymph and she got exiled by her own kind onto this island and ended up becoming a nature witch, which was really truly amazing. So this is going in here. So we've gone from kind of blue. We had a blue theme, we had quite definitely some pink. This one is definitely blue and pink, and now it's again blue and pink, and we've got this beautiful, really matches this kind of dark blue, dark green colour of the Earth Angel. We're just going to leave here, I think. I'm not sure if you can see all these. I hope these are all in your view. There we go. We'll leave it like this. Lovely. Right. Now we're going to draw one card for each of those weekdays of this upcoming week from, and I promised today was an angel theme, so we have the Angel Tarot cards. The Angel Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radleigh Valentine. I have not met Doreen Virtue in person, but I met Radleigh Valentine very briefly at a really lovely Angel Day, Angel Workshop Day in London, and he signed maybe this deck or maybe the other one. He actually signed the book for me. It's the other one. I also bought the Fairy Tarot cards that he made together with Doreen Virtue. They're equally as beautiful, just a bit different in their energy. And that must be the little booklet he signed for me. He was a very nice man. I enjoyed meeting him, if only that briefly. And I love working with the cards that he helped design. So we're going to draw one card for each of the weekdays. So we're going to have 7 tarot cards to go with these. And even though I didn't put up 4 stands, we still have 4 theme cards as well. So again, altogether we will have 11 cards. That number is coming to me constantly at the moment. Number 11 and number 44 all the time. And obviously 1111, the awakening code, and 444, you are surrounded by angels. All those numbers are coming to me a lot at the moment, which is really lovely. So we're going to have 11 cards, which is great. Right, let's draw some cards. We've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Maybe move them over a bit. And then we have, I'm going to close my eyes for this bit. We've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and one more for Thursday. Amazing. Right, so we have all the cards. I'm going to turn them around now so that they actually are facing you. I have been reading oracle cards and tarot cards for many years, so I'm quite comfortable with reading them upside down. I'm quite good at it after all this time. It's one of the things I pride myself in. So I can hear some of you laughing as I say this. But it's really important to be proud of yourself for the little achievements in life just as much as the big ones. And I also have had a bigger achievement today. I have worked through major resistance in working on my accreditation that I have finally started on today, and I've done the first part out of 4, and I actually really enjoyed doing it once I started. So well worth pushing through the resistance. The rest will be easier. There's something about once you've made a start, it goes much easier. It's much easier to carry on. It flows much easier forward after that. And it's all to do with your Manipura chakra, the solar plexus. There's something about once you've made a start, you get a momentum. Let's look at the first card, which is going to be for Friday the 17th. And we have 5 of water. And it says, things not turning out the way you had hoped, not seeing the positive in a situation, and crying over spilled milk. Now, where was the card that says, look at the positive? Gain a positive perspective. Here we go. Here's Layla saying, if things are not turning out quite the way you had hoped, ideally what you would do is spend some time meditating in nature in order to gain a positive perspective. Now, I remember one of the messages in last week's reading for the collective was also that what is likely to happen is that you will get what you want, but maybe not the way you wanted it. And we had a 5 of water or 5 of cups also in that reading, and we have it again for the beginning of this kind of weekly guidance. So there is still a bit of this energy, and that can very much come from because of painful past experience, and cups come for the area of love and relationships in life and emotions. If we have painful past experience in that area of life, if we have relationships in the past that have been painful, what can happen is that not only we may expect that it will keep on happening, we will keep being offered cubs that don't make us happy and bring more pain, relationships that bring more pain, for example. And often it's not so much that the new relationships bring more pain, they often keep triggering the same old pain. But it can also create expectations from all the ways in which it hasn't worked out for us to manifest the relationships we would like in our lives, the kind of relationships that would make us happy, or we think will make us happy. The way we think they are meant to come into our lives may be different to how they're actually coming into our lives, and that may bring about this feeling of disappointment by us feeling things have not turned out the way we had hoped, and they are not seeing the positive in a situation and continuing to cry over spilt milk, as in things that happened in the past, not really things that are happening now. So I still have this strong feeling of you are getting what you want. It's just not coming in the way you thought it would. And you now think, and this is for some of you, please only take this message if it resonates with you. But if it does, claim it, because it will help you deal with this feeling of disappointment that really is a feeling that's triggered from the past, and then brings with it this expectation that it won't work out again this time. This time it will work out if you let it, if you give it a chance, if you don't insist that if it doesn't come in the way that you want it to come, which is maybe the one way that you would then feel secure about it, the way you are right now, it may not come in that way, and it may need to come in a very different way. So allow what you want in life, and especially the relationships you want in life and the love you want to give and receive in life, allow it to come to you, and for you to be giving it to others as well. So giving and receiving in the way that it needs to. Allow the energy to flow and follow it rather than try and direct it. That came through beautifully. So this is what we have for Friday. This is the card for Saturday. Aha! Now we have 5 of earth. So now you can see already we have 2 5s next to each other. And interestingly enough, we had the meditation card, very much by the water, which goes with the 5 of cups. And I knocked over at least one today so far. I always try not to knock these over. And we also have this earth angel. We have the earth energy coming with the 5 of earth. So we have 2 supporting cards also to go with these. These are challenging cards in tarot. The 5s in tarot come for challenges we are asked to overcome. So for Saturday we have 5 of earth, and it says fears surrounding money, because earth or pentacles in tarot comes with everything practical, earthly and material in life. The wisdom to accept help from others and uncertain self-employment. Now, again, I'm actually feeling, same as with this card, it may not so much be that things aren't working out. It may just be that they're not coming to you in the way you expected, and it may be very similar with this card. This feeling of uncertainty, this fear that finally you have gone for what you really, really want in life. Just by deciding to do that, you have opened yourself up to the mind, bringing in this extra bit of fear, saying, ha ha ha, why would you get what you want? You don't deserve what you want. Why would you get it if other people don't? Why would you get it now? The man can come up with many, many, many reasons why this is not likely to happen, and maybe you should just leave it. Understand, this is your resistance. These 2 cards are your resistance to change for the better. The change that is coming is for the better. Try not to resist it. It will come anyway, because by now you have gone too far towards it for it not to happen. But it can be more challenging if you now resist it. Very, very, very interesting weekend we've got here. I have to say this, I guess, at least once in each reading, especially with so many cards, at least once. I'm so curious. If this is Friday and this is Saturday, what is Sunday bringing? Ha! I love it. I love it. It's the Queen of Earth. Now, we already have a queen here. We have the Queen of the Unicorns. And we already have Earth here. We have Earth Angel. Now we have the Queen of Earth. So after you've gone through these 2 challenging days, this day looks like it's going to be challenging on an emotional relationship level. This day looks like it's going to be challenging more on a earthly, practical level. If you were to link these cards with star signs, these would obviously go with the water star signs, which is Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces. And these would go with the earth signs, which is Capricorn, the months we're in now, Taurus and Virgo. Never ever forget Virgo when you look at earth signs. But by Sunday, it looks like things have settled beautifully, but not only that, actually gone up a level, and we're going into the energy of the Queen of Earth. And it says, make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach and deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. And what's really coming through strongly with this card for you today is deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner to yourself. This is about you. Even making time for those around you is about you. Of course, it's also about them, but for you, it's always about you first, or it should be. And this is not selfish in a bad way. This is normal. We live in a society that is so codependent. It goes so deep that we're really confused about what is right and what is wrong. Way of relating. We are meant to relate to ourselves before we relate to other people. Children model this beautifully to us until they get corrupted by the system and by society to continue to really have a relationship with themselves first, but then maybe spend a lot of time feeling guilty or ashamed or trying to hide it because they get taught it's too selfish and narcissistic, another buzzword of our time. Narcissism is normal in children to an extent, and is something that obviously as we mature, I'm going out on a limb here a little bit, saying it like this, but this is how I'm. Okay, and Angel Daniel has stopped me here because, as usual, he has better words for this message that he's been trying to relay through me. And he says, the term narcissist has been, like many words, become a buzzword that has a certain connotation that is not always congruent with its true meaning. And it now seems to represent any person that is actually not only selfish, because selfishness, it depends how you do it. You can do it in a very good way, which just means you are taking care of yourself. It actually means someone who's very nasty, someone who's on purposely nasty, someone who's quite sadistical, someone who's manipulative and does things like gaslighting. Well, really, this behavior for many people comes from behaving like a child in an adult's body. Children are, I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, children are quite narcissistic. Children up until the age of 4 literally believe they are the center of the world, of the universe. They literally think everybody else exists for them. And that understanding only begins to trickle in from the age of 4 upwards, that actually all people around them feel the same or have felt the same while they were very young children. It is normal for children to be completely focused on their own survival, on their own pleasure in life, on their own dreams, their own mission in life, because they are that little that they need to be taken care of. Obviously, if somebody grows up and still behaves like that, it then comes through as very narcissistic. Children will often make stuff up. Children will often remember things differently from other people and insist that that's exactly what happened. And that's normal for children. They are playing. It's not so easy to deal with when you encounter this behavior in an adult. But the point I'm actually coming to with this is it's time to deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner towards ourselves, because the energy we are in is becoming increasingly more and more and more confrontational, and it's becoming harder and harder not to see what's right in your face about what you really like. And you may well find that, like most people, you have, it doesn't matter what your age, some narcissistic traits, because that is a very human thing to have, as long as it's not out of control. And it can often be mostly on the level of your thinking. It doesn't even have to be so much in your actions. Try not to hide it from yourself, because right now the truth is being revealed to you, not only about you personally, but about what human beings are actually like. And that doesn't have to be something to be ashamed of. The things you may think at times, the things you may wish for at times, don't automatically mean you are a despicable person. And as it says, make time for those around you. Choose very carefully who you make time for at this moment in time, because there are people around you that are really, really supportive. They are kindred spirits, and you will really, really support each other in this challenging energy, and you will gain so much from riding this energy of self-insight and really allowing it into you and into your life and into your understanding. So choose the people that really, really resonate with you, especially this weekend. And you will be the Queen of Pentacles, which is really, really lovely. It says she's thoughtful, creative, warm and sensible. The Queen of Earth, or Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful. She likes comfort. She knows what to do with money. She's sensible with money. It's absolutely perfect. This is someone who has enough money, and also who is good at finding the right perspective of what is enough money. And be happy with it. Be happy with the abundance you have right now. Let's look at Monday. This reading is coming through much more serious than I had expected. Very, very interesting. Now we have fire. We have water, earth, earth. We've got water, earth. Now we have fire. There's no fire here so far. Knight of Fire, or Knight of Wands. It says a sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. And it also says think things through carefully. Beautifully followed on from take the sensible approach. So the Knight of Fire, or the Knight of Wands, can sometimes represent the will to move ahead. So maybe there is a situation that a relationship, a situation, a choice, an opportunity that you haven't been quite sure about. And this represents the will to move ahead, even if it takes courage. The Knights in Tarot come for situations where there's movement and action, and this card in particular, in this deck, here says a sudden event that needs immediate attention. So it may well be that something will happen on Monday where we have to act quite fast. And it coming off the back of this very grounded energy of the Queen of Earth, the Queen of Pentacles. So you should be in a very good space to make all the right decisions on Monday. I like it. It's a fiery energy. It's a courageous energy. Let's have a look at Tuesday. And now we have air. Now we have all of the 4 suits in the tarot. 2 of air or 2 of swords. Shows those 2 beautiful unicorns. I know this is the Angel Tarot deck, but this one has 2 unicorns on it. And it goes with our Queen of the Unicorns. 2 of air shows 2 unicorns crossing their horns. It says being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, or pretending there is no problem. So it is possible that on Monday something will happen that will require for us to have a strong will to move ahead in order to move through it, but that by Tuesday there is still this energy of indecision. So maybe something will happen on Monday that at least makes us feel that we have to act very quickly. And maybe the sensible approach is, yes, time may be of the essence and maybe you have to make a decision, but don't do it carelessly, because this is saying take the sensible approach, and this is saying think things through carefully. And yes, we're drawing one card for each day, but that doesn't mean that the energy of the cards just sticks with that day. We're either doing a reading for the whole week. So the energy of this Queen of Pentacles is being carried forward. And I feel like this big shift that's coming through, going through the motions on Friday and Saturday of feeling lack, of feeling unworthy, of feeling like nothing will ever work out, of kind of being in this more challenged, maybe not so hopeful space. I literally feel like I'm going to put my hope stone on here and say we will have hope on Friday and Saturday, because we're coming out as the Queen of Earth on the back of it, and this energy is carrying us forward, where we will find the courage to move forward into unknown territory. We will leave our comfort zone. There may still be a bit of a stalemate energy, but let's see what's coming for Wednesday, because I have a good feeling about this. Ha ha ha! Yes, absolutely. Now we have the Lovers, Archangel Raphael in this particular deck. It says intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. Now this is coming again. Take the sensible approach. Think things through carefully. And here again, carefully weigh your decisions. And good health, because Archangel Raphael comes for physical health. That's one of his main objectives. But he also brings together true lovers, even twin flames and true soulmates. He is the one that you can ask for help for those situations. So, and now I'm also seeing the Two of Air. Actually, this also is this is two people trying to come together in the wrong way, maybe the way they've tried in the past that has never worked out for either of them. And here's Archangel Raphael stepping in, saying, look, I will help you in a whole new beautiful green light to find a different way of coming together. And this may well be actual lovers, but this can also even be in business. This can be relationships in your family. This can be relationships with friends or co-workers, if this is not a love relationship in your case. But it can be. Beautiful. I love the progression of this. So this is about shifting painful past learning, painful past experiences first, clearing that from the energy, stepping into the energy of the Queen of Earth, and then finding that fire inside yourself to move forward, move through this stalemate, and allow Archangel Raphael to step in with this beautiful green emerald light and bring you and your loved ones. I don't want to say you and your loved one. I want to say you and your loved ones, because this will happen whether or not this is also a love relationship that's beginning or that's going on to a new level. This is also the idea is for this energy to be reflected in all of your relationships. There I look. And I have to add as well that the Lovers originally wasn't always about a love relationship. It was actually about having to make a big decision, which can literally be between two options, but it can also be between taking up an offer or not taking it up. But it can come with this energy of needing to go one way or the other, which is also like the Two of Air. Ultimately, you have to make a decision. And then stick with it. There I look at the last card for Thursday, the 23rd, which is the karmic reward number, as I said earlier, from, I think it's the Royal Star of Lion, don't quote me on this, and we have, interesting. We have the Six of Water. How amazing, because we're starting with the Five of Water and we're progressing through all this big caboodle. We're progressing to the Six of Water. In tarot, the suits go from 1 to 10, with 1 being the very beginning and 10 being the successful completion. So we're going up 1 level from the Five of Water or the Five of Cups, which is really just focused on what hasn't worked out and grieving over the past and being disappointed things aren't coming the way we want. Whereas the Six of Water It says here, memories from your history or childhood, issues regarding children, and romanticizing the past. So the challenge of the Six of Water, especially after we have the Lovers here, and the Archangel Michael that's coming in to say, let me show you a better way. Be an earth angel that is more like me. Be an angel like me. You may be on earth and I'm kind of somewhere between earth and spirit, but be focused on the angel bit. But this is actually about understanding the past in a different way that is much more helpful to moving forward. This is coming as a challenge to let go of nostalgia, to let go of ways that we thought things should work. This could even be letting go of not just romanticizing the past, but having romantic views of what relationships should be like in order for them to be romantic from things like movies and stories from when we were children. And this kind of happily ever after, the way it's portrayed on many occasions. And there is a happily ever after in relationships, but it actually comes from continuously working on the relationship, giving space and time and energy to the relationship. So there's no point trying to insist on maybe you've always wanted to find that one person that will just make you happy and then you will always be happy for the rest of your life as long as they're around. True happiness comes from the inside out. Yes, the right person can really help putting us in that space to be open to this energy to come in more and more. But ultimately, we always have to continue to do our own inner work. We are here to work on ourselves. That's kind of the main reason for this human experience that we have. We're here to learn and grow and experience. Don't ever let your happiness ride on another person. I feel like this is the lesson, which will actually help you open up to allow people much closer to you in life because you're less worried about them having too much impact on you, because then they can't. I actually feel like I'm going to leave it here. What a very interesting reading. Please like, share and comment. Send me some love. I would love to know if this reading resonates with you. I would love to know what's going on in your life if you feel like sharing. I'm always curious. You think I'm curious about the cards? I'm even more curious about you watching my readings. You are my tribe. I'm very happy that you're here. I feel very honored that you are trusting me to read for you. Please remember, my readings in these weekly guidances are for the collective, which means they're for everyone. Take the bits that resonate, ignore the bits that don't. If you feel you need more personal guidance and maybe also in a private confidential space, which I can't offer you here, you're very welcome to book a private reading with me. I can do this in person if you're close enough to me in London. I'm in London, UK. Otherwise, I'm very happy to do it online. I have done readings in the past over Skype, over WhatsApp. I'm also happy to try out Zoom. There's so many different platforms now. They all work really well for readings. So I'm very happy to read for you personally. If you feel called to do so, you can message me on Facebook. You can message me via my website, which you can also find on my page. Remember that I put up all of my videos also on my YouTube channel that is called Indigo Owl. It's sometimes easier to find all of the readings on YouTube, and YouTube, if you subscribe to my channel, will always notify you if you want it to when I put a new reading up, which Facebook can be a bit hit and miss, but Facebook is also very useful for many other things. So I hope you have an amazing week ahead. I will be back next week, Wednesday at 8 o'clock. That's GMT, because I am in London, England. My name is Indigo Owl. I I've been honoured to spend this time with you. I will say namaste. And good night.